What do you want to see at UFC 300? That's the topic of today's video. UFC 300. It's a big deal. UFC 100 was a big deal. UFC 200 was a big deal. UFC 300 needs to be a big deal. And as of right now, it doesn't have that big deal feel. Sure, every fight is cool and it's a fun fight, but there is no, you know, special guest or I want a special guest. I'm gonna just be honest. I want Brock Lesnar. I want to see Brock Lesnar come back. This is something I want to see. He was at UFC 100. He was at UFC 200. He needs to be at UFC 300. It would be fun. You could watch him fight Derek Lewis. That would be a fun fight. It's a winnable fight for Brock. It's also a very losable fight for Brock, but it's winnable, and that would be crazy. Brock Lesnar, all-time great athlete, someone who is a specimen, played football, wrestling career, the wrestling in college career, never mind the WWE where he's doing shooting star presses, these backflips off the ropes. Like, this guy's a legitimate athlete, bro. Brock Lesnar getting a win that night, with the crowd would be going crazy. The crowd would be going crazy. It would be a viral moment, all things like this. So you got to bring him back for the possibility. That's what I want. I want something special. I wouldn't be mad at Ronda Rousey versus Miesha Tate 4. I wouldn't be mad at that, even though I could kind of do without that. I'll be honest with you. It just needs to have that special feel. It don't even have Conor fighting on it, bro. It don't even have a Conor fight on it, which I think is ridiculous because Conor McGregor needs to be active. He hasn't been active. He wants activity. He's been begging for activity. Um, you know, he says he wants activity, but I'm not sure if his actions show that, right? Partying on the Lamborghini yachts, the proper 12, all that stuff. I'm not sure if he's really about that. Oh, I want activity, because he's not living the life of a guy who wants activity. Michael Chandler is living the life of a guy that could step in on short notice for a lightweight title fight this weekend. You get what I'm saying? Michael Chandler keeps himself in shape at all times. Blah blah blah. We're not gonna get that fight at UFC 300 though. We should be. We should be. We're not gonna get George St. Pierre. We're not gonna get George St. Pierre. He has a hard rule about when he turns 40, he's not fighting. Whatever. Kind of a drag on that one. I like GSP. In my opinion, greatest fighter of all time. My personal favorite. But, it is a bummer that, I'm 40 and now he's capped off. I think he can come back and compete with you name him. I think he lives that life. I would like to see George St. Pierre back at UFC 300, and you could give him someone like, you could give him someone like Usman at this point, bro. I think he chips Usman, bro. Like, I'm gonna be honest with you. I really think he chips up Marty Usman, Kamaru Usman, and we're not getting it. So what are we getting for UFC 300? We got Yuri Prochazka versus Alexander Rakic. That's a cool fight, but that's a fight that you could find on any other pay-per-view. This isn't supposed to be any other pay-per-view. This is supposed to be UFC 300. Calvin Kattar versus Aljamain Sterling. That's a really good fight, and that's a fight that could headline a fight night. You know what I mean? It's not going to headline a pay-per-view. It's not going to headline, but it could headline an event, a Saturday night at the Apex for sure. You get what I'm saying? That's a good fight right there, but it's not anything, UFC 300. Bo Nickel versus Cody Brundage. We got Bo Nickel on the card, which is cool. And then it says the rumors: Leon Edwards, Bilal Muhammad, Tom Aspinall, Alex Pereira. That would actually be pretty cool. Michael Chandler versus Conor. We already know that's not happening. Dustin Poirier, Nate Diaz. We know that's not happening because Nate Diaz is fighting Jorge Masvidal in a boxing match. Okay. But this fight I like. I like Tom Aspinall versus Alex Pereira. I don't think we'll get it because Tom Aspinall is being a bit, in my personal opinion, entitled with the whole John Jones-Stipe thing. Buddy, the way he's talking about Stipe and comparing him to Tony Ferguson, he's all over the place, Tom Aspinall. He's all over the place. What he should do is defend the interim title against Ciryl Gane, and you could do that on UFC 300. I would like that. That would be cool. Tom Aspinall versus Alex Pereira would be cool, but also Tom Aspinall versus Surreal Gone at UFC 300 for the interim heavyweight title. That would be tremendous. That would be a fight that, it keeps Tom active. It gives him a payday. He's gonna get pay-per-view points off UFC 300. He is an interim champion, guys. He does get that championship bonus and things like that. So keep him busy. Have him defend the interim title. I know it's not ideal defending interim titles. I know, you wanna keep it moving, but it is what it is. We have to have John Jones versus Stipe. And if John Jones didn't get injured, that would have been a great fight for UFC 300. But my point is, wrapping it all up, UFC 300 needs something special. It needs that extra something, you know? I'm not quite sure what would get it to that. Maybe it doesn't. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe you disagree with me. Maybe it's just, it'll be a great card where every fight is good. I don't want to see multiple title fights that are, and what I mean by that is not all title fights are created equal. Some title fights are you know, weak. Like, I don't want to see that. That's a whack fight. Like for example, Raquel Pennington fighting for a title. Like, come on, bro. Like, if that was at UFC 300, thank God it's not. If it was, that would be something where it's like, this don't need to be on here. You get what I mean? So they're not all created equal. We need something special. A return of someone would be nice. Um, that's just my take. Let me know what you think in the comment section below. If you agree, disagree, it doesn't matter. Just join the discussion and please follow for more. Thank you. You are appreciated.